This channel is for immature audiences only. It is not for children, only for childish adults. We might play some video games that kids also like, but we say words like fuck and shit with alarming frequency and make crude, inappropriate, and morbid jokes all the damn time. Level 0 NPCs assumes no responsibility if your idiot spawn watches this and gets traumatized.
I just comb my beard upside down.
I definitely see a waveform this time too. Like there is recording happening.
I just combed my beard upside down.
I just combed my beard upside down.
I just combed my beard upside down.
I'd ask the burning question: is this the episode yet? But we all know it is.
We know it is.
Comb my beard upside down.
Someone commented the other day, bottom 5 cold opens so far. It was an apt comment.
Yeah. It feels like we're clawing downward a little bit here, yeah.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're playing The Danger of Amanda. I hope you're still enjoying the show that we're putting on for you.
Where was this guy when we were doing Freddy Farkas?
I thought he was.
Here. He
was
here.
the prospector, wasn't he?
Yeah,
narrative exposition.
I mean, like, where was this Matt when we were playing Freddy Farkas?
It's sort of like the footprints in the sand, you know? When there was only one set of footprints, it's when Country Matt carried you.
I'm not going to lie to you. I actually think some of my best work was during Freddy Farkas. I think I did a great job.
Think you're wrong about that.
You know what I'm saying? But that's all right. All right. Hey, I found some tequila from last week that I didn't get to. Look at that. Nah, I don't think
right.
I have to get up early and drive my kids to school in the morning, so I might not
You won't still be drunk at that point.
The cowboy voice reminds me, I might have shared this anecdote on the show before, but the biggest laugh I've ever gotten out of Matt and Luke, Matt was playing Red Dead Redemption, and he was just playing, he was just like going to just reload when he was done, so he was just kind of lassoing and killing everybody. He would just ride into town,
remember that.
Cause as much mayhem as possible and ride out again. And I was narrating the events as if an old man was relating this story as a survivor years down the line. I did sort of my best cowboy voice, but the line was something like, when we looked out the window, it was like they'd been torn apart by some kind of Wendigo, but I instead pronounced it Wendigo, and something about that. They lost their minds. I haven't topped it since.
It tickled the right kind of fancy.
That's what we needed. For sure.
Made it sound like a slur.
A Wendigo.
Kind of Wendigo.
I hope everyone's doing fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. That's about that's where we're gonna shoot this week.
Yeah.
Nothing better than that, please. Thanks.
Yeah. We'll
If
do a little
gameplay.
gameplay.
Keep that shit to yourself.
Yeah, we don't want to hear that in here.
We'll do a little gameplay.
We
we'll
have
answer
an
a few
upper
questions.
limit too.
If you comment in the YouTube comment and say, I feel great today, we're going to delete that comment.
Whoa. Holy
right.
shit.
You say you feel good and you enjoyed yourself.
We'll be accepting
Just don't.
middling feedback only.
Yes.
I'll try to convince them to keep it. I'll try, just between you and me, I'll try to convince them to keep it. Okay? All right?
We're aiming for...
It's our little secret.
In Steam terminology, we're aiming for that mixed reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh my god. Look at this place.
It's beautiful.
This is a whole thing. I feel like the scale might be a little bit off on some of the stuff in here, though.
Maybe.
I'm all about this dinosaur eating another dinosaur.
So good.
Thing that they got going on here. The giant lizards are displaying some rather Inquilized behavior.
Inquilized.
Very Google text-to-speech there.
Hey guys.
I was going to ask you to do a mouthful. Hey guys. I was going to
hands
request a "Hey guys," but
shoved
with
it
your
into
mouth
my
full.
mouth.
But
Yeah.
should have known.
You did it.
Yeah.
What else is in
Cyclops
this
skeleton.
god? What is it? What else is-
Skeleclops.
Yeah.
Skeleclops? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh no.
Surprise rat.
Yep.
Is that a rat? What is that?
It looks like a rat.
Oh my.
Oh, we're getting real close to check it out. It's a rat, ready to pounce. Well, he would pounce if he wasn't stuffed.
Oh dear.
Cy Pembert, a formerly successful flax farmer from Nebraska, apparently strayed from a museum tour many years ago. His remains were later found in a rarely used storage closet. Since he left no known survivors, the museum president decided to keep him on as a permanent staff member. This office is now his permanent home.
Did he have a cardboard sign that said "You found me"?
Perfection. The cages are empty now. You can only guess what they once held. There's an array of rare cockroaches in this display case.
This music makes me think there's hijinks to be had here.
It's
This-
just very hijinks-esque kind of music, it's true.
There's some ceiling bones.
Yeah.
Yeah, hanging ceiling bones.
Oh
my.
Uh-oh.
You know that this corresponds to the English language somehow. A number of hieroglyphics are carefully drawn on the blackboard.
Well, I guess it's
Very
time to
careful.
translate them.
Oh no,
Oh wow,
there's
there's
so much.
multiple pages.
Wow.
It's perfect.
Cool. Cool.
That's not my eye icon. The cloth seems to be covering something up. Hey guys, I'm on loan from Pac-Man.
Boo!
Boo!
Cyclops ghost.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Voila.
Was ist das? It's half of the famed Rosetta Stone, sitting leaned up against the wall in someone's office.
That's so not okay.
That's great.
Don't touch it. You don't know where it's been.
You kind of do, though.
Yeah. It's well documented, as a matter of fact.
Oh.
Look at that.
P.
So we ended as
P.
like M N O P Q R S. Oh wow, the letters are right there too. T.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw the Rosetta Stone at the British Museum, and it looked exactly like this. So.
It had English letters.
Oh yeah, and
just
it was
carved
colored like
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it was just a set of 26 hieroglyphics. with
Well, everyone
one-to-one-
knows. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all
So
it is.
there's no sense in even seeing it now that we've sort of
No, don't
seen
bother.
this. Yeah.
Man, why would you?
No, from the comfort of your own home.
Ceiling Bones was the name of my band in high school.
Excellent.
We were a we did
Oh,
grunge.
there you go.
Look at that.
Oh, it's all in there
All
now.
the way through.
Satisfying. I like that Z's a snazzy bow tie.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm out.
Can we?
Yeah, that's the line.
No, you got to do it
That's the
yourself. Mm.
Oh my God! Do we have to transcribe this? It's going to take a long time.
Can we just Google it?
Can we just Google it?
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
want to do this.
There it
All right,
is.
who's going to Google
There's-
it and tell us what it says?
Okay.
There's that killer instinct.
Yep. The internet has made everyone lazy, and sometimes that's fine. And I'm, okay.
You know,
Dagger.
Imagine, like, actually spending the time to do this whole thing.
Hieroglyphs.
Would have delighted in it as a kid, for sure.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Oh yeah.
this might be a good opportunity to share. Yeah, my story about how I gave Jeff Bezos a bit more money this week. My
Oh
did
yeah.
you?
Let's go.
weekly tribute. So it's of course with almost any story, it starts with Bell or Bell Alliant, as you folks say in the East Coast. So there's a TV channel my mom gets called TV Japan, where they have all the Japanese language programming and everything. And TV Japan stopped their service, and so they no longer there's no longer a Japanese language channel that I can get through Bell. And
I found out about something I was interested in and then had my hopes dashed immediately.
Yeah,
Excellent.
no, yeah, exactly. Well, here we go. There's an alternative, but it's going to probably require you to give money to Jeff Bezos. But there's something called.
Do that, so.
We'll see. There you go. It's icing on the cake.
I have Prime.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, so it's JME is the service it's called, and so it's got a lot of like the Japanese streaming shows and stuff like this. Basically like Amazon Prime or what Netflix, but Japanese language shows. And so unfortunately, of course, it's not compatible with Bell 5. So I can't just do it directly through, adding the app on Bell 5. And my receiver is a model that I can't even add apps anyway, even if they did have it, which they don't. So I wanted to buy a Roku because I hear that's a cool thing that makes it easy to put streaming stuff all in one place. And I looked up on the Best Buy site and they had it and at my local one that was nearby. So I drove over there and there were a bunch of like Best Buy folk near the front of the store, and it's the location that I went to is one where I believe a cop got stabbed while off duty trying to stop people from stealing a large television. So maybe they were all there to just keep an eye out, but I just asked one of them, where the Roku, because I figured they would direct me to the part of the store that this thing would be. And I'm glad I asked because apparently they keep these behind the counter like they're cigarettes. And so I went over there and I asked, and apparently they didn't have the one that's a USB stick, which is the one I wanted. And they said, well, it says in the system, there might be one in Markham if you want to like drive over there. And there might be, maybe someone will snatch it up before you get there. Or maybe, sometimes they have a stocking error.
Roku's a hot enough item that someone's going to snatch it up?
Apparently they are. At least the one with the USB stick. Because she had the whole cabinet
flying off the shelves.
Flying off the shelves. The whole cabinet was full of the other kind, which I don't even know what the other kind is for. But anyway. And then apparently there's another one that was a 30-minute drive for me. And then I asked her, well, she said, well, you can order it online. And I asked how long that would take. And she said, it should be like next day, or it could be 2 or 3 days from now. So just give it that much time. So I just went home and I ordered it on Amazon. It's coming tomorrow. So thanks, Jeff. Everyone else is making it real easy for you to conquer the world, and I just helped just a little bit more. But yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I had when I was searching to replace my USB mini cable, which Matt was able to return to me last weekend. A Staples employee and the Source employee both told me to just go home and offer a prayer and pray that Bezos would drone me a new one. I did find the translation for these hieroglyphs if we want them.
Oh, yeah, please, yeah.
Oh, let's have it.
I pay homage to thee, ye lords of eternity, Ra, strong as thy sail in the wind, as the lake of fire in the underworld. Behold Shu, the mother, creating the gods in silence from womb. Quicker than greyhounds and fleeter than light. Let me not be burnt. Let me not be consumed. Let me not perish as my mummy lies prostrate in my tomb.
Sweet.
I'm guessing this is Let here.
For lion, eagle, feather.
Lion, yeah, and T for tipped over bowl.
At least on this Game Facts article that I'm reading.
Maybe an owl. Let me. Yeah. No,
maybe now. That does ring a bell, Alex. So yeah, I think that's pretty good. Yeah, lots of them feathers. I think eagle feathers might be E. And the sad flower is O, I think. Because
this one here, the Jesus fish doing a sick jump in the air.
And we know the M is an M, right? So I'm learning hieroglyphs.
Jesus fish is...
this is even low effort hieroglyphs too. Sorry, yes, Jesus fish?
The Jesus fish is called an ichthus.
Mm-hmm.
An ichthus?
Mm-hmm. That's the name of the symbol.
Okay, right on. Mummy?
How you doing, Matt?
Sigh a little louder so we can hear you this time. I'm doing great. This is good. It's a good show. Let's keep going.
I have
searching things.
I haven't been on Game Facts since I was trying to catch the fucking Regirock, Regice, and Registeel in Pokemon Ruby.
Wow.
Assorted skeletal limbs hang gracefully from the ceiling.
I like it when people say skeletal.
Me too. Skeletal is the best way to say that word.
I do want to say I don't want somebody to say that all the time, but I like it when it comes up.
Yeah, I mean, not that the word skeletal comes up in conversation that often that like when you use it, it would wear out its welcome.
No, but what I'm saying is I want to hear it. I want to hear it as skeletal most of the time. So when skeletal happens, I'm like, yeah, that's nice.
You can also rate it by the size of the skeletal remains. Because if it's, a short dead person, then it's skeletal. And if it's a tall dead person, it's...
God damn it.
It's skeletal.
So I went to like Skeletor, the
Skeletor.
the antagonist in He-Man.
Well, yeah, I was actually thinking that. I saw, Skeletor, the name, in writing the other day. And I was thinking how close it does look like the word skeleton, except the R just needs to just bend over just a little bit more. And you got to wonder, when he went to school and stuff, like if his teachers always thought his name was Skeleton because he is, or he looks, and they just thought his writing wasn't very good because he was a child.
That's a good child Skeletor theory. My favorite one.
Skeletor sounds like what disgruntled fans would call a version of Skeletor played by Jared Leto.
Because you guys said that Skeletor had his face burned with acid or magic or magical acid or something, right? But do we know how old he was when that happened?
I think he was fully grown.
He had a goatee.
Yeah, well, he was definitely an adult.
Oh, he was an adult.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, then maybe my story is like completely disproven then.
So,
I mean, the canon version of it, I believe, is that Skeletor, or at least the more recent canon version of it, is that he is Keldor, brother to Randor.
Okay.
And second in line to the throne of Eternia, who disappeared while researching some arcane shit and got his face burnt off and assumed the mantle of Skeletor and became an evil wizard.
With the same naming convention, like Randor and all that Skeletor.
Yeah, I mean, he was Keldor, so,
Skeletor.
just change the prefix because he's much more skeletal now.
But I bet at least when he goes to Starbucks, they still say skeleton when they write it on the cup.
Do you guys want to know the actual deal?
Got a half-calf latte for Skeleton.
Skeleton. Do you guys actually want to know Skeletor's real shit?
No.
It's Skeletor.
No, I don't.
Skeleton.
I don't want to know at all.
Sorry, how far off am I?
Yeah. So there's a bunch of stuff here.
I need a harmonica.
Yeah. So, Skeletor is half Gar, which why he's blue-skinned. Apparently the Gar are a thing. Anyway.
I think it's kind of fish, Gar.
Yeah.
It is.
It is, absolutely.
The alligator Gar is not directly related to, but very similar to the fish we all evolved from, the Tiktaalik.
Nice.
So does he have fish?
So no, he's not a fish.
I think it's a different kind of Gar.
But he
slightly different.
Hordak taught Keldor magic.
Yes, that's right. Hordak was
when Hordak gave him the Havoc staff, his skin melted from his face.
Was he allergic to the staff?
In the '90s cartoon, it was at least it was more. I don't think it was the magic of the Havoc staff that did.
So that's the most.
Maybe my memory is.
Yeah, that's the most recent, like Kevin Smith one, which is a continuation of the original series.
Oh
is this what you guys tune in for? By the way, summaries of Netflix shows.
There's more to it, but I'm not going to spoil it.
Please
There's
don't.
a few different He-Man canons, because there was like the comics that are much different from the show, and then different iterations of the show, and the most recent one did some knitting of all those things together in a relatively coherent way.
Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
Having watched it recently, totally forgot that Skeletor was half Gar and just thought that he was blue for no reason. Just a random blue child born into them. Even though I know that's different from watching it very recently, I forgot about it till you mentioned it just now. It's always my headcanon that just sometimes kids are blue.
What's the matter, Julia?
Well,
you don't like my backstory?
Sometimes kids are blue, but we don't have to get into that.
I was born very blue. It was a very troubling few moments for my parents.
Yes. Alex was blue.
Here you go.
It's a pity I didn't remain blue and, learn magic.
That's such a horrible thing to say.
Not in the become dead way, just like if I was just coincidentally a blue person, that would have been interesting.
Regain pigment, but the rest of it was normal.
That would be an interesting thing if you just didn't get enough oxygen coming out of the womb and that you just stayed blue for the rest of your life.
Yeah, just had to live as a blue person. Before we put Skeletor to bed, referring to him as skeleton is fucking funny. Like, he just comes in and does a bunch of evil, and He-Man's like, "Fuck you, skeleton, get out of here."
That's not my name.
It's Skeletor.
It's like they don't recognize him.
To go.
It's like they don't recognize him as an individual. He's just a skeleton. He could be any number of skeletons rampaging around.
Get out of here, skeleton.
Yeah, we all look the same.
Yeah.
You all look the same skeletons.
It's like Godzilla smashing Tokyo Bay, and they're like, "Wow, another big lizard attacked. That's weird."
I looked at it and it got a lot bigger, and I'm still not sure what I'm looking at.
Looks like a chocolate.
It's an intercom slave unit.
Cool.
Whoa.
I'm gonna step away from the slave unit for a minute.
It does look weird, doesn't it? That it does it like that. Ooh.
Ooh, a cookie smoothie.
The bottle says Dr. Mahmood's Guaranteed Snake Oil.
Oh.
The pixel art makes it look like it says sex.
I was going to say
Guaranteed
stag.
sex oil.
Yeah. I see stag.
I do see stag as well.
You can see whatever you want to see. Alex, what did you see?
I can parse no language out of it at all.
Oh no.
I got caught trying to steal the sex oil.
We've been caught.
It's my sex oil.
Oh. Leave my sex oil out of this.
Good evening, Miss Bow.
Why are you palming my sex oil?
Oh, you startled me. Would you like to share my sex oil? Good. It gets the blood flowing, doesn't it? Well, I suppose so. I see you were looking at my sex oil. Well, I was just looking around. I'm sure you meant no harm. Would you like my sex oil? You can share. What's the sex oil for anyway? Sorry, that was completely messed up. It repels snakes, of course. Comes in handy when I'm working.
It repels sex, of course.
In the basement. I starting to sound like skeleton there. I lost a load of Egyptian cobras down there a few weeks ago, and I occasionally come across one of the little darlings. Those snakes always want to bite me, but I'm sure they don't mean anything by it. It's just their way. They get nervous very easily, you know. Normally, I love to watch them kill things. My Barney will kill anything he can sink his teeth into. Charming. Well, I'd like to chat some more, but I've got to rush off and meet that young Steve fellow. He promised to show me his scars. See you later.
Jesus.
She took the bottle. Oh no, she did. Oh my gosh, she's using the sex oil on Steve.
She's taking the sex oil.
That was
if
bad.
you want to make her a Skeletor, by the way, you go right ahead.
Yeah, I'm all for it, honestly.
She's kind of great. It's like she's still like literally caught us messing around in this office and didn't mind.
Still my favorite character.
Yeah, she was like, "Oh, sorry, I need that sex oil, but check in with me later." I have to see what this is all about. The skull of the long extinct horned rhesus known in academic circles to be the source of much controversy regarding it as evidence for the extraterrestrial origin of primate evolution.
I'm so sorry, Luke. I believe it's Ray Zeus.
Ray
God.
Zeus.
Ray Zeus.
Yes, sorry.
Like Pig Jesus.
Pig-Jesus.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Look
Hello.
at them teeths.
Look at them teeth.
It's Barney, Olympia's pet cobra. What, is he just alive? Like, not a good idea. Oh, like, yeah, all right.
Just a live,
Whoa.
loose cobra in your office?
It's in the cage.
Oh, was it in the cage?
Yeah. Yeah, see?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
okay.
there's a whole cage.
Yeah.
The cage is meant to hold Barney, Olympia's Egyptian cobra. Is that a mongoose on top?
Another.
It's a rat, ready to pounce. Well, he would pounce if he wasn't stoofed.
Why'd she have 2 stuffed rats?
I don't know. Dr. Miklos has many scholarly texts. You see titles such as Common Bone Disorders of Jackals, Parker's Annotated Encyclopedia of Decay, Know Your Fractures, Mummification Techniques, Advanced Dental Identification, and Decomposition from A to Z. Okay, it's going to be the same thing every time. Alright, that's fine. That's fine. I like it when they just randomize it up.
I like to move it. I like to...
I like to move it.
You guys want a Jenna Elfman update soon?
Oh my god. Don't.
A Jedi Elfman update?
Yeah.
I mean, I've already used my once ever veto, so there's nothing I can do now.
This should be forever, in perpetuity. No, Jenna Elfman is verboten.
Whoa,
No.
Jesus.
As much as I would love to extend the power of my once ever veto, I very explicitly used it for one specific
Oh
photo.
my goodness.
Listen, Jenna Elfman is a Scientologist.
That's a
And
pity.
Was she a Scientologist before?
She's
Or
she's
is this a
been
new
she's been
development?
she's
Tell
been
me more
for a
about
long
Skeleton.
time.
What was the deal with Skeletor again? How did he get to be like that? In fact, like I need to know all the different kinds of canons that address this.
I don't know, but I'll tell you a little something about Jenna Elfman.
And why is Skeleton so angry at Man all the time?
Man and Skeleton are the worst of enemies, don't you know?
Man.
Man.
Fuck
Alright.
you, Man! Fuck you, Skeleton! Get out of here!
Fuck you, Skeleton.
Yeah, they just have nothing in common. I can see why they're enemies.
Just don't get along.
I have flesh on my face.
Man is just—he's like the quarterback on his high school team. He's got his Letterman jacket, and Skeleton is like just a scrawny nerd because he's just bones.
I found myself
I'm a chest.
This is an Eternia High spin-off that I'm inventing now on the fly.
It's
I
great.
love it. I'm in.
It's great. Yeah,
I actually think it would kind of rule.
it would.
What an interesting array of books. Some of the titles include hide preservation techniques, the care and feeding of dermestid beetles, how to raise and train rats, modern bone scraping, know your roadkill, and millipedes as household pets.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Amazing. A magnificent view of the night sky over New York City.
New York City.
It's Dr. Miklos' PhD in paleontology from the University of Thessalonica, Greece. Thessalonica? Thessalonica. It says, Dr. Olympia Miklos Lifetime Achievement Award from the Society to Protect Misunderstood Inquilines. Thank you, dearest doctor, for helping people to truly appreciate Inquilines. You are a true friend of the rat, mouse, pigeon, and cockroach.
Oh, what's that word mean? I'm gonna look it up because those things don't seem.
Inquilines?
Inquilines.
Inquilines.
I also want to know what that word means.
It's Dr. Miklos' double master's degree in paleontology and physical anthropology from the University of Thessalonica, Greece.
Ooh, interesting. How fascinating. It's a zoological word, and it means an animal exploiting the living space of another, such as an insect that lays its eggs in a gall produced by another, an inquiline insect. So yeah, all those things are horrible, usually hated things because, they just are unwelcome.
This lady rules.
Yeah, she's freaking awesome. It says here, inquiline from Latin inquilinus, lodger or tenant is the derivation there.
Wow. Says a little bit about the linguistic roots there, when the tenant is the thing that people don't want around.
I was checking up on cobras there, because I was trying to remember if they were a deadly species or just like reputedly deadly, like in movies, but not actually. No, they're very, very deadly.
Yeah. Oh,
like
my goodness. Yeah.
No,
like they're way up there. Like that's like your odds are not good getting bit by one of those. They're a remarkably deadly animal.
Mm-hmm.
Ornery too.
Yeah. It's about the most metal pet a person could have.
All right. Right. Are we? All right. Let's go follow some people around.
That cobra's gonna kill someone for sure, right?
Oh yeah, almost definitely.
Sort of the its gun, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like Chekhov's gun, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Chekhov's.
Like what's his pickle's gun?
Yeah.
Did something happen to the thinker's head?
Oh my goodness.
It does look maybe a little different.
The sculpture has a beautiful face. Its strong but sensitive lines remind you of Steve. Aww.
All he needs is a clumpy pair of boots.
Back.
Yeah. Can we? I don't know how we can inspect it or touch it or something. Stick our fingers down the whole neck hole.
Ooh, stick your fingers in the neck hole.
Oh, I hear something. Oh, shoot.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
I'm just going to pretend that nothing happened.
Yeah, we're fine. It's totally cool.
Everything's gonna be fine.
And that museum guy just had no problem with you molesting the Rodin.
No, it's there to be molested. That's why they put its head on a hinge.
That's true.
Oh. Well. Heavy stone masonry. Each block must weigh hundreds of pounds.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say I don't actually have a Jenna Elfman update.
Oh.
That is the Jenna Elfman update.
Yeah.
There's none.
There is none.
There is none.
This room reminds me of the Bat Room at the Biodome, where I went recently with my partner, and other guests were shining their flashlights at the bats.
Wow.
And it's not that I came close to striking another human being in public. I just, in that moment, felt that it would be right to do so. Because it was just people standing there tormenting a bunch of small mammals.
Wow.
I was just like, I feel that it would be morally right to strike you until you stopped doing that.
You should have told them that bats are a very high volume carrier of rabies.
The bats were safe on the other side of the glass. It's just, there's a bunch of signage that said, don't shine your lights at the bats. And yeah, they're hard to see. They like the dark, you know?
Yeah. Oh, man. People are great. Love people.
Yeah.
When I was at the Toronto Zoo, a dad held his baby over the enclosure of the polar bear and said, "I got snack for you." I'm like, oh.
We have too many people. It's fine.
It's not the baby's fault. His dad's an asshole.
Well, yeah, it's really too bad. Things happen.
The only creature to leave footprints on the moon. And feces. And a bunch of garbage. Dead robots.
Did you guys know the moon is a spaceship?
Thanks, Matt. Thanks for that.
Okay, but, I'm right.
Did you know that the world is a vampire?
Okay, but what I'm saying is the moon's a spaceship. And
I've seen several movies on that basic premise for sure.
It's
like that one, was it Moonfall? Isn't that the ending of Moonfall, that it's a spaceship?
Well, yeah, but there's some truth to that.
Well, I guess it depends on what you define as a spaceship. We could make that argument. Ooh, a new room.
The moon is a conspicuous celestial body, I'll give you that. Most planets don't have moons as nice as ours, as nice and big and round.
Yeah.
Also, the moon plays a significant role in the Earth's habitability. The lack of such an object is a big role in other planets not being habitable. So, if somebody wanted to do crazy conspiracy theories about the moon being artificially added to the planet as a terraforming thing, yeah, sure.
Like craters of uniform depth, measuring the sound it makes when you land on the moon, and it echoes inside. I don't know. I think the moon's a spaceship.
Yeah, I definitely think that when NASA landed there, they definitely wanted to cover that up. That's definitely what they all agreed to do when they found those foundings, that it was probably hollow. First instinct was to cover it up.
Yeah, people take that shit real well. People will take the fact that the moon's hollow real well. People are so smart and so organized and wonderful.
Yeah, they're so smart and organized and wonderful that hundreds of people are able to perfectly keep a secret indefinitely.
20. Tops. Most of whom are dead now. Tops. And half of them are dead.
Large government organizations being famously good at keeping secrets.
Or anything, really.
20 people. 20 people. Like, I swear to God, you can work at... the janitor at NASA doesn't know fuck.
Matt says this as a former NASA employee with deep insider knowledge.
That'd be an interesting twist.
Look, I just happen to know things, right?
The music seems appropriate for the revelation.
Anyway, the moon's a spaceship. It's not a human spaceship, though, so don't worry. Don't worry.
Why would it be?
Right.
It's just there's so much compelling.
As long as it stays where it is and keeps the tidal forces.
Oh, that's why it's here. Absolutely.
Yeah.
There is so much compelling evidence that the moon is not a spaceship, and precisely zero compelling evidence that it is.
I don't know. We got a former NASA supercomputer
first of all,
ban.
I'm gonna. I don't know. I think I can at least make you entertain the idea that it's a spaceship.
I'll entertain any idea. Sure. Water's made out of little robots. Who cares? Everything is and does whatever.
Liquid nanobots.
Ooh, liquid nanobots.
They never said that it wasn't a spaceship, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. That's all the evidence I need.
Water doesn't actually freeze into ice. Cold spirits steal the water and replace it with ice crystals. You can tell by the perfect regularity of the way the crystals form. It has nothing to do with the shape of molecules or anything.
Why haven't we been back to the moon, 6. Alex?
People are working on it. It's expensive, and there's nothing interesting
Nobody's working on it.
Yeah, there's several different moon landing projects still going on.
Probably mostly not going back to the moon because it is a mostly featureless stone in the sky orbiting the Earth.
Like, I'll take the moon's a spaceship over we never went to the moon. That's a tedious conspiracy theory, but there's other moon races kind of going on. They're very expensive, and the prestige of going to the moon is kind of past. It's why you don't hear people racing to the North and South Poles anymore. People did it. People broke every...
It's a giant dusty rock, and the only thing there that is of any interest to us is helium-3, and we don't have a good way to harvest that.
They got you guys good.
In the heroic age of Antarctic exploration, successions of people tried to set or break various records for traversing the poles, but once it was clear that it was just a wasteland of ice, people kind of didn't go. There are still people there. There's stations in Antarctica, but you don't really hear about people trying to traverse it anymore because, we've been. It was fine.
And what is it? The Sea Boot 2 or something like that is still on its way?
The Water Boot too?
Water Boot.
The Water Boot, yeah.
Well,
the Water Boot 2 was thankfully rescued from
down.
its imprisonment at the exact South Pole by the same magic that stranded them there, and was returned to the waters outside the Netherlands.
Okay, but all I'm saying is, if you guys lay off the fluoride for a while, you'll see my way of things.
Stop brushing your teeth, everybody.
No, or does Alberta, does Calgary fluoridate the water yet?
Ooh,
Or are they still being cheap about
good
that?
question.
Because I know Edmonton does, but Calgary wasn't for a long time because reasons. So yeah, there are still places that don't fluoridate the water amazingly in Canada. Although maybe that's changed since last I checked.
I'm gonna put some evidence that the moon might be a spaceship. I'm
Right?
not saying. I'm not saying with certainty it's a spaceship.
No?
But there's some sus
But
shit
I'm not
about
saying
the moon.
with uncertainty that it's a spaceship either.
The moon is a conspicuous celestial object, and it would be fun to learn that it was a spaceship for sure. I can never get on with the theory that scientists just really get off on concealing important discoveries.
I mean,
It feels like an impractical design.
I'm always down with the idea that some discoveries you don't want to tell anybody about. I think a lot of people know this stuff. Also, if I knew this and I said to you guys, the moon is a spaceship, you'd just say the exact same thing to me. And I think that's what happens a lot.
I mean, we have. So
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I think
just
people
proved your
just think
point.
people are
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, there you go.
I think.
Luke,
I'll
I'm
put-
begging
I'll put-
you to read this, please.
Watercolor paintings, Predators Stalking Prey by Yvette Delacroix, 1925.
Ooh.
Watercolor painting, Perverse Pleasures by Yvette Delacroix, 1926.
Ooh, a new one.
Watercolor painting, Purple Pollywogs Playing in Puddles by Yvette Delacroix, 1924. She does one a year and puts them on her own
That's
wall.
very nice.
There's a homie, old Norwegian phrase.
There's
stitched
a
into this
homie.
needlepoint. There's a homie. An axe in the hand is worth two in the bush. Words to live by. A matched pair of crossed battle axes left over from this room's previous occupant. Oh, that's the... It's a Venus flytrap.
A Venus.
Venus.
Venusian.
Good old penis flytrap.
Penis flytrap. Each one of them looks kind of like the sandworm from Dune instead of a little...
Oh.
That exceeded my threshold for comfort so quickly. It's because of those fucking popcorn buckets, man. Those things are horrifying.
They are.
That's true. A paper cutter with a sharp blade.
Yeah, that's not going to come back sometime.
Nope.
It's gonna be...
One of my favorite improvised zombie fighting weapons right there. Snap off the arm of a paper cutter.
A used piece of carbon paper.
Ooh, a clue.
Carbon.
Carbone.
Carbon paper. Ooh, I unfruffled
That's amazing.
it. You pick it up and place it in your purse.
One man's trash is one plucky detective's clue.
There are words typed on the carbon paper, but you can't read them this way.
Sounds like a mobster.
The carbon paper wrinkles when you touch it.
Oh,
Baby.
oh, baby.
Backlit, you can read the words typed into the carbon paper. Ernie, Big Al called to see if you could do some fencing for him next week. He says he'll make it worth your while while do a fast fencing job. Oh, guys looking for some sword fighting practice.
That's nice.
I was going to say, do they mean fencing like Inigo Montoya, Princess Bride stuff?
I think they mean putting up fences, right?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, I think that's probably more likely. Yeah.
Ooh.
Wow.
Shit.
Whoa.
That was just multiple layers.
Mhm.
The light bulb is on. You find it very illuminating.
It's
Can I
great.
take the light bulb while it's still on?
Ouch!
Ouch!
The light bulb is too hot to remove.
Who are you
And I
speaking
knew
to?
that, but you did it anyway, and I have no control over my body.
Oh, there we go.
Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
Although the light bulb is starting to cool, it's still too hot to handle. Too cold to hold.
You call the Ghostbusters and they're in control. I
Is
saw
that
the new
actually-
Ghostbusters movie, by the way.
Oh?
Did you? How was it?
It's fine.
This review brought to you by Level 0 NPCs.
It was fine. I don't know. It was fine.
It's a movie. What do you want?
It's a movie. Use the carbone.
It's a movie.
Use the carbone paper on it. Come on, that's what it's for.
In a mafia movie starring the members of the periodic table of elements, one of the villains would be Don Carbone for sure.
Don Carbone.
Like it. Was there any... I can't imagine there was, but I'm just thinking back to that old TV show Dinosaurs, and if there was anybody that had a name like that, but it's not ringing any bells.
Yeah, well, nobody actually remembers that show. People remember the show, but they don't actually remember any single episode from it.
That's
Now-
true. I remember moments from the show.
Yeah, you remember Not the Mama, I bet,
Oh, yeah,
because
very much so,
that's a yeah. But I don't think you remember when the son got caught doing drugs and he was strung out and beaten up by a bunch of prostitutes. That
What?
I'd have to
episode.
take your word for it for sure.
Wow.
I don't remember him getting beaten up by prostitutes.
No, nobody does.
Huh.
You can't tell me and that happened or didn't happen.
I remember
Yeah, no.
as a kid, the show I found very disturbing.
It was, yeah. Cut the carbon paper.
In a way that practical effects are not usually, you know?
Yeah.
There was they weren't human enough for it to be the uncanny valley, but there was something upsetting about the way those dinosaur suit puppets were constructed.
They were very well made Muppets, it's for sure.
I found that the dad looked a lot like Don Rickles. You know?
I think that was the intention.
Was that the intention?
I think
That
so.
might be the intention.
It's supposed to be the honeymooners kind of thing.
I remember
don't know
Don Rickles.
Don Rickles.
Don Rickles.
The file label reads dead things. The file label reads paleontological anomalies. The file reads personnel files. File label reads Egyptian artifacts. Medieval armor collection. Renaissance masters collection. Machu Picchu field survey. Museum artifact research exchanges. Alcoholic preservation collection. Taxidermy records. Life mask field survey. Life mask collection. Insurance. Accounting. Sexual eccentricities. Shannon rat collection. I gotta check out sexual eccentricities. The wood file drawer is locked. Yvette is the only person who can open it.
They're her private sexual eccentricities.
Oh, all of them are, though.
Darn it.
Would have been funny if that was the only one that was.
Wait, what's the thing on the wall?
Were the dinosaur suits or just puppets?
They were
Suits, but the
and
faces were
puppets.
animatronic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought that they were like Big Bird, a hybrid of the two.
They were
Except
like
for the baby, which was like a hand puppet.
full
It's like
on,
a
yeah,
boglin, basically, yeah.
Presumably all puppet, yeah. I know what it is about them. They look like DeviantArt dragons. drawn
Yeah.
by like furries.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what it is.
They're definitely
that's what it
like
is.
proto scalies. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have a frame of reference for it, but they have that Scalies vibe.
Yeah.
Something about putting lips on a lizard, you know?
Oh my god.
Yeah. Very. Yeah. Anthropomorphized to an uncomfortable amount.
Suit puppets.
It's a diploma with Yvette Delacroix's name on it. An advanced degree in French from Ball State University, to be exact.
Hey,
Oh wait. Yeah.
this is some. Hey,
Hey.
this is a big long episode.
Yep.
Should we go more? Should we do a little more playing?
We can do that. I mean, that's what we were doing.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
You know?
Do we want to put an episode break, or did we pass the episode break?
No, we didn't
We're
pass.
not- we haven't stopped yet.
We haven't stopped. We haven't stopped. We will never stop.
Can't stop, won't stop, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. But yeah, if you guys want, I can put the evidences to the moon being
Please,
sus
yeah,
into
in the
the
Discord. Yes,
I'll
thank
do
you.
it. I'll do it.
Do it with
By
no
all means.
context right
Yeah.
now.
I can't. No, it's gonna take too long to collect that evidence. This room. is
Also,
cool.
none of it will be evidence.
I don't know, man. I
This
don't
is
know.
my favorite track in the entire game, this piece.
It's not.
It's very nice. I'm enjoying it.
It's not really evidence per se. It's more like a bunch of facts about the moon that when you look at them together, make it a little weird. That's all.
Paint a compelling picture.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun thought exercise for sure. This is an extremely nice room.
This is
Yeah.
great. This actually reminds me of the 90s, even though it's, this actually reminds me more of the time this game was made than the time period the game is set in. If that makes sense.
Oh, sure.
You know
Yeah,
what I-
absolutely.
It's kind of the sort of room.
post 80s yuppie aesthetic.
Yeah. I went to a restaurant not that long ago in the fall. And it had
I've done that before.
a very this aesthetic. You really did feel like I was going back in time. Even the dishes they served were very 90s. Lots of cream sauces, lots of
I
parsley
like
on
me
the
a
plate.
dome roof like this.
It didn't have a dome roof, but it had furs and masks. There's no furs here, but anyway.
Yeah, just a porcupine.
Yeah, just a porcupine. That's all we got.
Oh, those are masks. I thought that red one, top left there, was a fire alarm.
Really high.
It
one
looks like a
might be.
fire alarm and like a phone with a cord hanging down below.
Yeah. Seeing the ones on the other side, I now see that they are masks.
Oh my goodness. Muffled voices.
Well, you hear muffled voices coming through the door to Yvette's
Uh-oh.
office. We
This
just
is-
came from there.
This seems like the sort of office a person would have if they could have anything,
Come a little
Like if your
closer.
office could be anything, it would look like
Monsieur
this.
Nagier, I am wanting to show you something.
And what would that be, Miss Delacroix?
Look at the palm of my hand.
There's a cobra in it.
It's a lovely palm, to be sure. But what am I supposed to see?
You see this line, monsieur? It is my love line.
My
girl.
goodness, Miss Delacroix. It goes all the way up your arm and disappears up your sleeve.
Would you like to see where it ends up, Ramesses? Have you ever been to Paris, Ramesses?
No, I can't say that I ever have.
Then you have never seen the Eiffel Tower?
No.
Well, by all means, let me show you.
Miss Delacroix, please. I'm a married man. Oh, dear.
Have you forgotten who let you into the museum, Ramesses? Have you forgotten who showed you the secret room for your little ceremonies? You haven't, have you?
No, I haven't, but... Oh, my word.
Then you will let me give you the grand tour of the tower, no? Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.
Well, we'll have to go somewhere else. I don't feel safe here.
Lead the way, monsieur.
Wow, she's just straight up coercing him.
Oh, Yvette.
You know, don't hate the player, hate the game.
So her love line on her palm goes all the way up her arm and disappears into her sleeve.
Yeah.
I have two possible theories for this. One, she's sewn together from many different people, like Frankenstein's monster. Or two, her whole body opens up, kind of like the mouth of that thing, the Demogorgon from Stranger Things, but like her whole, the whole body, the whole front of her just peels open, and that's why there's a seam running down the front of her arm.
She could have been sleeping on that arm, and there's like a seam of like whatever clothing she's
Just
wearing.
a crease.
Just a crease.
Could be that.
Maybe she's a Terminator and she's in the process of removing her arm like Arnold does in Terminator 2 to reveal his robotic arm. Do you guys remember that part?
She keeps having to remove it and then put it back on like a slippery glove.
Yes, so she does not. Yes, so she does not. Yeah, like her slippery meat glove.
Four different times today, she's had to take off the arm to prove to people that she's a robot, but then like immediately afterwards, she needs to go back to pretending to be a human.
Yeah, I was gonna say Meat Glove was a band name, but I think everybody called that as soon as I started.
Yeah,
saying
no,
it.
we got that one already. Yeah.
We clocked it. Yeah,
I probably shouldn't have even finished that.
It's a worse nickname though.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Meat Glove.
If you're choosing between high school band name and high school nickname, it's a bad band name. Worst nickname.
Oh yeah, Meat Glove. Mm.
Yo, what up, Meat Glove?
Oh.
Love it.
My favorite / least favorite nickname is Clam Truck.
Clam Truck.
Matt and I were driving past a clam truck once on the way to a camping trip. I don't know why, we never saw it again, but there was a truck selling like fried clams.
Oh.
And I was like, look, a clam truck. And then I paused for 2 minutes and said, that was my nickname in high school.
Clam Truck. I don't know if I'd buy clams out of a truck. I don't know if I'd buy clams, honestly.
As much as I like seafood,
I'm not big on clams, but like, yeah, it doesn't feel like a food truck kind of food.
I really like seafood, but it's really easy to fuck it up. And much worse than other sources of protein.
Yeah.
So I'm often nervous about buying at places, let alone from a truck.
I agree completely. Guys, I gotta pee, so I think it's time to end the
Oh
episode.
my goodness.
Bye, everybody. Stick and stay.
Yay.
Stick and stay. Bye, love you. Bye.
Have yourself a future.
Find yourself a tomorrow.
Cat
Just we're in
slapper.
between episodes. Jesus.
We need them to find themselves a tomorrow
We
between.
don't. We really
I want
don't.
them to invest whatever time they can securing that tomorrow, even the time between episodes. You know, I don't want them to not find one before sunrise.
Yeah, that would
Okay.
suck.
All
I don't
right.
know what happens. I mean, I've found one every single day for the last 30-something years, and I'm terrified of what happens if I don't.
Find yourself a tomorrow, secure it, and as a result, have yourself a future.
Yeah.
Stockpile a few, maybe? Like, just, fill your arms with tomorrows.
We all have to do it. You know.
Yeah.
Why not? Stockpile.
Have a few, you know?
Guys, the tomorrow's gonna find you.
Can't have just one bite.
Somehow, it's almost scarier, Matt.
The tomorrow's going to find you.
Find yourself
Yeah.
a tomorrow before it finds you.
That's the one. Find yourself a tomorrow before tomorrow finds you. Bye, everyone.
everyone.
See you in a few minutes. I'm going to go refill my coffee.
I gotta go pee.
These are like opposite things.
Yeah,
Just don't look at that.
opposite.
they are. That's okay.